Look, I'm just happy we were able to provide some value to the shareholders. That's actually kind of based. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a Giga Chad move to go out on the way out. Not gonna lie. Matt here. I'm not really familiar with this person. I haven't met them, but they were associate lore historian on Overwatch or at Blizzard. It was a little dream to have been a member of the lore team for the last 6 years with the most incredible team. I was laid off today, along with several other incredibly brilliant people. Please send any jobs my way. I have got quite the plethora of transferable skills. Again, same team, lore team. Cut. And it's like, dude, like the lore of Overwatch is pretty good, right? Like people care. Like people have always said for a long time, like if Overwatch made an anime or made a TV show, it would probably do pretty well. And that's not off of game balance, because there's so many people out there that talk about game balance with it. It's like, dude, that has nothing to do with what's happening. Like you guys are legitimately idiots. Here, I'm not really familiar with them either, but former associate animator of Play Overwatch. While it happened, I was part of the Blizzard layoffs. This is so unreal, and it's been horrible watching everything unfold and seeing everyone cry. If anyone has any open game animation roles, please send them my way. How will this affect the future of Overwatch? Like, okay, let me give you a quick breakdown. If you talk about like in sports, right? If you completely revamp your team every year, just like not even every year, every 6 months, you just like drop people and then pull in more people all the time, it's tough to have cohesion, right? And that's even in sports where it's like, it's kind of a little bit easier, right? But in something like game development or when you're working in a giant company, getting everybody on the same page and having the same goal and the same vision takes a lot of time. And it kind of just seems like every time that's about to happen, someone gets something railroads it, right? Now, obviously there was a merger that happened with Xbox and Activision Blizzard Microsoft. I understand that. There's probably a lot of overlapping positions, and I understand that. But I'm wondering who the on the Xbox side is an Overwatch lore master. Like,
a game without a stable workplace or game
there's no way.
It's bad cause recycling ideas is just bad. Also, happy 9 months.
It's 9 months. And especially when you're talking about something about lore or like something about like how a story is being focused, you can't cut the author or the director halfway through the story and expect the story is going to end the same way. Like it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't work that way. So let's continue on. Another one here. Brandon Marketing, former Activision Blizzard. A total privilege that this is my last major project with Blizzard. Was working to craft the product and branding strategy for OWCS and the future of Overwatch esports. Congrats to the announcement of the team. Dude, this is something just the other day we were looking at and was like, hey, this looks pretty good. Like this actually looks like Overwatch has got a shot. You know, like obviously granted, even at the time I said like, what about like price pool and whatnot? And it's like, they helped frame this and it's good. Like it looks good. Like, if you constantly cut people and rehire them, you just can't have a strategy. Constantly rehiring people is why games today are so bad. BG3 is the product of this not happening. Ex-senior software engineer and UI team at Blizzard. Dude, UI... Oh, this is what they worked on. I was going to say, the UI of Overwatch is fantastic, but they worked on the unannounced survival game. I was unfortunately impacted by the recent Blizzard layoffs after having worked on the unannounced survival game for about a year. I'm looking for opportunities and I appreciate any help. Obviously not the Overwatch team, but another one. This one I know is from the Overwatch team. I actually saw this one myself. Game producer looking for work previously Play Overwatch. So this was a producer on Play Overwatch. It was me. I'm affected. I'm just shaking. And you can just kind of like, you can just tell. You know, you just tell how much emotion's in it. And then there was this follow-up tweet. I'm pretty heartbroken. I loved my job so much and I love Overwatch. And I still can't shake the feeling like I didn't do enough. I'm going to miss everyone so much. He was on stage at BlizzCon and was excited for the future and the changes that were coming. And you know, you always sit there and you see some asshat who's like, well, you see the way they balanced Moira? You don't deserve a job. And it's like, dude, even though these people put in crazy amounts of hours and are real people, they still feel like they don't do enough. And they still want to work harder. Even after they kind of like low-key just got spat in the face and kicked to the curb. If you didn't see, I tweeted this last night. The other day, Overwatch Calvary tweeted this from a thing on LinkedIn, where Overwatch 2 allegedly made $225 million in revenue. Former head of global marketing Sam Saliba shared the achievement on his LinkedIn. This comes after the game can see how many tabs I have open here. There's so many more, but like, this was just like a quick search. This didn't really take a whole lot to find. This actually took like 5 minutes. But if I went deeper, I'm sure we could find even more. But I wanted to just point out, highlight some of these amazing people, say thank you to them for all their work, and really do hope that they land on their feet, because, you know, I know that there's a real lack of empathy today in the world with a lot of things. And like, yeah, I understand if you're not happy with like season 8 of Overwatch, right? I understand if you're like, oh, you know, like I'm sick of this character dicking on me. Like, I understand, dude, bro, I get it. That doesn't mean you get to shit on people like their actual lives.